in today's video I'm going to be doing this super fun and glittery purple, pink, just like really like glamorous, glam, dramatic makeup look. I love it. I recently bought a bunch of different glitters. I felt like this would inspire me to like step out of my comfort zone a little bit, play with some different colors, and so this was one of the first looks that I decided to do with like this purple smoky eye and just like a pop of glitter. The best thing about it is that these glitters were only $1. I just happened to come across the website on Instagram and I decided to put in an order, and I'm so happy. They are such amazing quality. So if you guys want to see how I got this beautiful purple and pink smoky eye, then just go ahead and keep watching. Alrighty guys, so my eyes are already primed. I used my Benefit Stay Don't Stray eyeshadow primer, and then on top of that to set the eyeshadow primer so that way it wasn't so sticky or tacky, and that way the eyeshadows just glide right through it. I used my Rimmel Stay Matte powder just to kind of put it on top and set everything so everything is nice and smooth and all our colors are able to transition very pretty. One of today's palettes that I'm going to be using is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. Now if you guys don't have this palette, just use colors that you guys already have in your collection, or at least something similar to it if you guys are trying to achieve a similar look. I'm going to be taking this mauve color right here. I have the Carli Bybel palette. This shade right here is very similar to that palette in the Morphe shade. Right here is very similar to the color I'm going to be using in the Morphe palette. So if you guys have this palette, just look through your collection and see what you guys have. But I'm going to be taking this on a big fluffy round brush, nothing too special. I'm just going to run this back and forth through my crease. I'm not being too careful with this. I'm first starting it a little bit lower and then slowly bringing it up higher. Our brow bone nice and clean right there, so that way we are able to put our highlight down on that. Look, I'm going from light to dark, so I'm starting off with this dusty mauve color, and then slowly I'm going to be going into more darker plum and purple, more electric colors. Now when you're doing this look, just make sure that you're doing this according to your eye shape. So if you don't have as much lid space, maybe don't go as high with this transition color. Just know your eye shape and know what kind of, maybe this brush would even be too big for your eyelid size. So just do your eyeshadow accordingly and you know what works best for you. I like to fan my eyeshadow out a little bit because I feel like it helps to extend my eyes. So that's why I do that. Now I'm focusing this color lower in my crease, and I'm not bringing it as high as I did with the transition color, but I'm making sure this is lower from inner corner to outer corner. And if it gets on your lid, that's fine, but you just want to make sure that you're blending really well, so that way there are no harsh lines with this color, because we are going from light to dark, you want everything to blend in seamlessly, and you just going in soft circular motions, picking up a little bit of color at a time. If you need to hold your eyelid like how I am to get better tension, then do so. Now I'm going to be going into a different palette now. To be taking the Urban Decay Electric palette. The only reason why I'm going into this palette is because I really wanted a more electric purple like these two right here. So I'm going to be taking Jilted and Urban. I'm going to be picking up those two colors on a Morphe M411 brush. This is a really great brush if you are looking for a brush to help you get a nice and defined crease. I highly recommend this one. So I'm going to be mixing those two colors together. I want this color to be more defined and more in my crease right here. Soft circular motions at first. Slowly dragging it into my inner corner. And then with the flat side of this brush right here, I'm just going to blend it out on this flat side like this. As you guys can see, I kept this a lot lower so that way this transition color can really peek through. So now I'm looking a little bit scary, but I'm going to go back in with my blending brush and just blend out the edges of this so that way there are no harsh edges. It's a little bit scary in that we got a bruised eye. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my brow bone so that way we can really clean this up, because sometimes if you tend to go too high, just literally add your highlight shade and it makes everything better. So I'm going to be going in with my BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette, and I'm going to be taking this light champagne color right here. This is such a beautiful highlighting shade, so gorgeous. If you don't have this palette, I highly recommend it. What I've been doing is I'm going to lift my brow bone a little bit so I can really place this color right underneath the arch of my brow and really just blend it down, and this is going to help to clean up that area and make our brow bone stand out. Alrighty guys, so before we clean up this whole mess that we got going on, I am going to add some glitter. I recently just bought a bunch of glitters from this website called bulkglitters.com. I just happened to come across their Instagram page, and these mini jars were only $1, so I was like, okay, that is not a bad deal. I just need to try them and see how they are. So I bought quite a few of them, so look out for more glitter tutorials because I'm very excited. This color I'm going to be using is Blushes Pink. I will leave the name, the link, and everything where you can get them in the description box below. So for a glitter glue, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their waterproof gel. And I like this because it doesn't dry extremely fast on the eyes, so it gives me some time to put the glitter down. I'm going to be taking just a flat synthetic brush, and I'm going to be taking the glitter and pressing it down onto that gel. This is such an amazing product to put glitter on top of. It is so good. Your glitter will not budge whatsoever. This glitter, guys, is so finely milled. It's incredible. If you guys aren't able to get your hands on this one, I highly recommend that you guys try the e.l.f. glitter glue. I believe I got mine at Target and it works just as good.
Claim this love that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered.
Oh, so pretty. Love it. Alrighty, let me close this bad boy up before I spill it again. So I finished up the eyes. All I did was take a makeup wipe and just clean up down around my eyes just to clean up any of the glitter fallout. And then as you guys can see, I just sharpened up the edge right there. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply some black winged eyeliner, and then I'm going to be applying House of Lashes Iconic Lashes. So I'm going to do that, and then I will move on to the rest of our face. So I'll be right back. For primer, I'm going to be using my Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer. Today I'm going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I have not used this foundation in a while, so I just felt like bringing it back out. Plus I got a little bit of color, so I just want to bronze up my skin a little bit. And the color I'm using today is called Warm Beige, and I'm using it on my Ulta Beauty sponge. I'm really loving this sponge right now. I have a video coming up pretty soon. For concealer, I'm going to be using a mixture of my Essence Pure Nude Concealers. I've really been enjoying using these lately. This one is going to be the lighter one, so I'm just putting it mainly on the edges. And this is in the color 20 Pure Sand. And then the one that more is like a little bit lighter, more like my skin tone, I'm basically putting it right on top. But I've been trying these out recently, and I actually really like them, especially for like an everyday kind of thing, because they're just like super quick, very easy to blend out, and they don't like drag across my skin while I'm like applying them. So I like using these two shades to like highlight and everything. So to set this area, I'm going to be using my Rimmel Stay Matte Mattifying Primer, and I'm going to be just setting my under eye area with this. So for like bronzer and contour, and maybe I'll use this even for blush, I'm going to be taking this palette. It is by Pixi, and it is their Book of Beauty Contour Creator Shape and Shade palette. I've not used this before, so I'm really excited to try this out. So I'm going to be mixing this shade right here, and then if this one works out, I'm going to be using this color for blush. Let's see. It's pretty pigmented and powdery, so just being careful with it so I'm not applying too much. Really, really pretty contouring shade. I've really been loving this blush, or this brush from Real Techniques to like contour with. So then, oh, I forgot I'm using this for blush too. So for blush, I'm going to pick up this pink color, see how this comes off on my skin. Hopefully it looks kind of light in the pan, but yeah, it's not really showing up on my skin. This NYX Ombré Blush in the color Sweet Spring, and I'm going to be super light-handed with these blushes because it is really bright, but it doesn't come off this bright as long as you're light-handed with it. I just want a little bit of flush on my cheeks, not too much color because I don't want the face and the eyes to be like competing. For highlight, I'm going to be taking my Mary LUMINOUS. I love this highlight, and I'm going to be applying it with a Morphe M501 brush. Mainly focus it on the apples of my cheeks, slowly going up. Now moving on back to the eyes so that way we can finally finish up this look. To be going back in with the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I'm just going to be mixing these two colors and putting those on the outer corners of my eyes. My Carli Bybel palette and taking this pink shade right here as like my inner corner highlight. I'm also bringing it down in this inner corner just to like highlight that whole area right here. I'm going to be applying Kat Von D's liquid lipstick in Lovesick and Milani's lip gloss right on top of that called Sweet Grapefruit. This is the finished look. I really, really love the way it came out. I am so obsessed with this glitter. Let me know how you guys enjoyed this look by giving this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already. Leave me any of your requests in the comments down below. I love reading all of you guys' comments. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys all in my next video. Bye!